Linda Bylander. I'm the Becoming an Outdoor Woman coordinator for the Minnesota DNR Fish and Wildlife. I want to welcome you to our talk on fly tying, and I'm very excited to have Linda Rademacher with us sharing her vast knowledge about fly tying. Linda's a lead naturalist at Afton State Park, but she also teaches for the Becoming an Outdoor Woman program, the fly tying and our fly fishing programs. She's a beloved instructor. Everybody loves Linda, so she's very knowledgeable and you'll learn a lot today. If you have a question during Linda's presentation, use the chat feature to type your question in and we'll get them at the end. But I'm very happy to introduce Linda Rademacher at Afton State Park Naturalist. Linda?
Well, hello, everybody, and thanks. We're gonna just talk about fly tying for a bit here. Again, if you have questions, let us know because it always stimulates a good conversation. But fly tying, we tie flies to catch fish. We try to trick them into biting the hook, right? And you can fish for any species of fish with a fly rod. We just use different tackle, and we call them flies. But we always try to imitate what the fish are eating, just like if you spin fish. So on the screen, we have a friend of mine put this together. What the fly patterns, what are we trying to do when we tie a fly? So here up on the top of here are some adult flies that you may be familiar with, especially the mayfly. When the mayflies hatch, they sometimes cover bridge decks and they become slippery. That's good, actually, not for traffic, but if you have a lot of mayflies, you have clean water. So fly anglers pay a lot of attention to insects, and some of them are really tiny. But they are different enough, and so on the top of this screen here, you can see the adults. And then underneath it are some of the flies that are tied, some of the patterns that people tie to look like, for instance, this caddis adult. And to try to trick a trout into thinking it's a mayfly hatch, you might try tying one of these. So that's how these pages go. And you can see that for every adult insect, there are several different flies you can tie. Some adults stay, these are like teenagers, you'll find them in the water. They'll stay in the water, they cling to rocks. If you notice their legs, boy, they're like, I don't know what, I was gonna say tweezers, but that's not it. They just cling onto the rocks with hooks on their legs and the water flows over their bodies. Sometimes their little feet hooks fail and then they become fish food. So, but here are some flies that you might tie, or what they would look like that we tie to imitate, say, the stonefly nymph. So I just wanted to show you some examples of some different flies. Again, these are what's real in the water on top of there. These are really small, by the way. This little red midge larva is wriggly little, you might think it's a red thread in the water, but we try to tie that onto a hook, again, to trick the fish into biting our hook. So just wanted to show that just a little bit. And then we'll get into like how to even start this whole process, right? So you need some tools, and you can get a toolbox like this for actually $25. I saw on the website today at one of the big box sports stores that will remain unnamed, but you can look that up. And this, if you open that up, I'm going to do that kind of carefully because tools like to fall out. But we're going to go through some of these, and these are things that will just get you started. So one of the things that fell out in my hand, we'll go through this one first, has a handle, and it's just a piece of wire with a hole through it, and this is called a threader. Just like you thread a needle if you're sewing, we're going to thread a bobbin, and the bobbin looks like this. A friend of mine used to call this a mouth a mouse stethoscope, because that's kind of what it looks like. These two parts hold the thread. So we'll put the thread right between those two. And it's hard to see on the camera, but here's the piece of thread, right? Now we want the thread to actually come out the throat of the bobbin. So the way we do that is you take your threader and you put that wire end all the way up the throat of it. So you can see it here. And there's that opening in the wire. So this is going to be hard to do on the camera at the same time, but we're going to put it through that opening. Now my thread is through the opening of the wire. Here's the handle of that threader, and if I just pull that threader down, it will pull the string with it, and now I have just threaded my bobbin, and that's what we want. So those are two of the tools. We're not going to use this threader ever again. You use it only to thread your bobbin. And there's our threaded bobbin. I'm going to set that down. We have more tools to go through. On one side of the box, we have this funky thing and this part that goes with it. In the bottom of, if you happen to get this kind of fly tying kit, the bottom of the box is post, and you thread that short post to the box. And there are different kinds of kits too. Some of them clamp right onto a table. This one obviously sits in this box. I like this kind because when we're tying flies, there's all kinds of little pieces of thread and feathers and fur that kind of get trapped in the box, and it's easier to clean. So now we're going to take that vise part and we slide it right into that stem, and there's a thumb screw right here that tightens this so this won't swivel anymore. So that's how that all sets up, and then you're ready in your box. Your tools are on this side of the box, so it's very convenient. But we have more tools to go through. We have this really funky thing that everybody always wants to know. Get a different sheet of paper maybe. What, can you see that? It's just two wires that are kind of flared out with a bend at the end. I really never use this tool. It's called a dubbing tool. It helps, and dubbing is just, it's if some of you are crafters, when they make felted wool animals by tearing apart wool pieces. It's similar, dubbing is similar to that. We use it to make an insect body look fatter, or we make the hook look like a fat insect body. That's a little more advanced. I don't know if we're going to get into that today. This other funky thing is called a hackle pliers. A hackle is a feather that we use, and we're going to actually use it on the fly we'll see today. We're going to watch a video. A friend of mine created a really nice video. It's close up. You can see all of the details while he's tying a fly, and he will use, his name is Paul, he'll use a hackle pliers, so you'll get to see how that's used. They're together until you squeeze it, then they open. Release the pressure, it will hold the feather, because they can be really skinny and they're hard to hold sometimes. And we always wrap stuff around the hook. And if you lose your grip, it's all going to unspin. So it saves you that grief by keeping some tension on it. So that's a hackle pliers, and that's in most standard kits. We have a scissors. It's very important. They're small. Some people just keep them on their hand the whole time, and they have their fingers to manipulate material, and when they need to use their scissors, it's just right there. A couple of scissors, we use scissors a lot. So we want the tips of the scissors to stay sharp, to trim little tiny places. Sometimes we have to cut feather shafts, because we use feathers. So anything bigger than just string or the tip or the little fuzzy parts of feathers, we use that for the top. Anything bigger, you want to cut down here in the V, where it's a little stronger, and it won't dull the blade. So those are two. I see a lot of beginners do that. They'll try to cut wire and feather shafts with the tips, and then you're making your tips dull. It's frustrating. Makes for a frustrating day. this funky thing. I love to teach people to use this. If we have time today, I'm happy to show you that, but it does take some practice. It's called a whip finisher. It's just a way to tie a knot at the end of when you put all of your materials on your hook to tie the fly, you have to tie a knot or it will all unravel. A great source of frustration. So we like to tie 5 knots at the end. This is just like a very convenient way to tie those 5 knots in one. You just keep swiveling it around. So it's just a convenient way. Again, it's called a whip finisher. And that is a tour of our toolbox. So set that aside. I'm gonna switch cameras now because I have be a little closer up, I think, for you to see. Different vise. So here's my vise set up. The jaws of the vise are adjustable because sometimes you might tie a fly that's this big. This would be good for a bass. We call it a streamer. It's supposed to imitate a minnow. That bling silvery stuff in there to try to look like the line on a fish, the lateral line. So, but because it's a much bigger fly, we use a bigger hook. I can show you the hook underneath. So it's thicker. It's a thicker hook than say on a fly like this one. This is on a little bit smaller hook, right there. So anyway, there's different hook sizes, and you can adjust your vise jaws to accommodate a smaller hook. And the way you do that is right here. This part spins right here, and as you turn that, you will see the jaws open and close. You don't want them totally closed yet because on this end you have a clamp that push that handle down. It will hold that right in there. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna adjust my jaws a little bit smaller. When you're done, hopefully, your hook will be horizontal to your tying surface, and you'll be able to put some pressure on there without having that hook move anywhere. So that's how you adjust your vise and put your hook in there. Some things we want to do before we get to that point, but I wanted to continue with that. So I'm going to take my hook back out. I grabbed the pliers, and on the end of a hook, all hooks are like this, right? All fish hooks have a little burr on the end. I don't even know how to show you that, but if you pick up a fish hook, you'll see that little barb right there. I always let my fish go, and that barb really catches on their mouth, on their lips, on their tissues. So I like to take, and most anglers I know also do this, you take the pliers, and I'm just going to pinch that barb down so that when I practice catch and release, I'm not harming that fish near as much. The point of the hook is still very sharp. It's still going to catch fish. You might lose one, but you're protecting the fish. So I think it's totally worth it. So the fly that Paul is going to demonstrate, and I'm going to just kind of, gives me good practice to talk about a bead. Paul's going to tie a woolly bugger. It's nice on a woolly bugger to have a little weight, and also, another tool I didn't talk about. This is called a bead tweezers. It holds a bead hard against a black surface, but it's just a bead. This happens to be a cone head bead. When you get a bead from the fly shop, there's 2 holes. One hole is bigger than the other. You want the smaller hole to go onto the hook first. So the bead tweezers helps that because it just holds it. So I'm going to take the small end, small hole is, I'm going to put that right over. It will probably not focus, but I put that small end right over Bifocals are so fun sometimes. And I'm just going to leave that up the shank, up to the eye of the hook. Won't go over it because the small end is there. The big end is towards where I'm going to tie all my material. So now I'm going to put that back in the vise. We want our top shank to be parallel to our surface pretty much. If you angle it, the bead's going to slide down. Your material might try to slide down the shank, so that's why we try to keep it parallel. You want to put that right in the corner of the bend. You're going to have the sharp end of the point of the hook sticking out, so be careful because it is sharp and it likes to catch thread and break it. But that's all part of the learning process. Breaking thread is part of the process. So we have that all set up. We have our bobbin threaded. I have gray thread here today. I thought that would show up pretty well. And the first thing you want to do is just start your thread. So you lean it up against, and Paul is going to have a better, Paul really has a video camera that is going to show you this better, so don't get frustrated yet. But you hold it against your hook and you start wrapping with your bobbin hand around. And the loose end of the thread that I have in my left hand, I hold back against the shank of the hook, and I am taking my right hand and the bobbin and wrapping over that down the shank of the hook. That's what happens when you don't tighten your vise up quite enough. Your hook. When you cover that a little bit, you have it kind of secured in there. You can take your scissors that extra thread and drop it in the box. That's why I like the box. It's all contained right there. And I'm going to continue with my thread. Most material that you tie on in order to make a fly look kind of like this has a lot of material. Maybe you can have a closer look. So this one has rubber legs on it. It has feathers off the back. It has some blingy things off the back. Still has the sharp hook. Some feathers around it to make it look bigger. And inside of there, it actually has some chenille, which is a yarn-like material. That brown stuff is chenille. So you see fly anglers in craft stores all of the time buying these things. It's all good. Get them wherever we can. When it was all the rage to put feathers in your hair, and fly tying material got much more expensive. It's harder to find feathers sometimes because everybody put them in their hair. So you just put a layer of thread on the base of that hook, on that hook shank, and that's going to prevent materials from spinning around, and just easier to tie the next things on. So to tie a woolly bugger, this is a feather. This is my favorite part of tying a woolly bugger. So you wrap the chenille around a hook, and I have a piece of chenille right here. Chenille comes in all different colors and flavors. I don't eat it, flavors not really, but all different colors. So if you want to tie a black woolly bugger, maybe you want it to look like a leech, you can put a black feather on the end. Marabou feather, it's called. A marabou it's really a turkey feather that's been dyed. So this one is a really bright green. Chenille comes in all different colors. That's a yellow part on this particular fly. This is turkey feather, marabou. The yellow is chenille. And then that white and black grizzled, we call it, is actually a feather from a rooster. So that's how we do it. So I just grabbed some black chenille. I didn't think too much about color coordination on this particular fly. So I'm gonna just, chenille comes on this cardboard thing. You just unwind it, cut off a piece, and we're gonna tie it on. I'm just gonna show you the basics here. when you have your chenille, inside of the chenille is core, a fiber core, a string core. Pull some of that fiber off the end. Upright. There's just string. It's so hard to see, isn't it? Trust me on that. There's string. So back at the vise, right at the bend where I left my thread, I'm going to lay that little stick out of string right along the base of that, right on the shank of that hook. Slowly, once, second time, I'll pull down on the bobbin a little bit to secure that in. And I'm going to go probably 5 times right around the base of that just to secure that all in there. Leave my bobbin hang, keeps tension on it so stuff won't unwind. And this chenille is now tied in. So that's all good. Other things we use, we talked about some feathers. So here I have a whole pack of feathers. And the back side of this comes right off of a chicken. There's the skin, here's the feathers. So when you get a pack like this, I like to lift them up and if you separate them and get right down to the skin, then you can just reach in there and pull off one feather. I pulled off 2. Have to tie another fly. And that's what it looks like right off of the skin of the chicken. We don't need all that fluffy stuff. So I'm gonna pull off some of it right off the feather shaft. Left with that bare shaft. See, there's more of this downy type of feather. Sometimes I leave it on, sometimes I don't, but I don't want it to be that long if I am gonna leave it on. So today, I'm gonna leave it, but I'm gonna give it a little haircut, feather cut. So I'm gonna go in and cut those so they're just not that. And what happens is the part that I left on there will actually help secure it on the hook as I wrap my thread over and through that. I'm going to go right to my hook, right where I had my chenille tied on. Everything's still on the back of the hook. There is a bend to the feather. It goes one way, goes the other way. I tie it down. Other people may have other preferences. As you start to tie and get more practiced at it, you may find that you have a particular way you want to do that too. So the first time I go over the shaft of the feather, I do it pretty loosely. I don't pull yet. So I want the feather to stay on top of the hook shank. Some people start with the feather towards them, facing them. And then when you tighten that thread down, it pulls the material, pulls that feather right up on the top of there. Either way, I don't know if you can see it, but the shaft that I left that I pulled stuff off of is right against the hook shank. And I'm just going to wrap that in because it's just going to make the body look a little bit fatter. And who doesn't want to eat a fatter insect versus a skinny insect, right? In the fish world. I don't really know. I've never asked a fish biologists that. So anyway, our feather's secure. This is secure. So in the simple version, and Paul is going to show you this in greater detail, but we're going to make the body with our chenille. So we're just going to take that and we're going to wrap it right around our hook shank. Each turn touches the other one. I don't overlap them necessarily. Thread forward a little bit behind where that bead is. Nail up there. And now everything is crowded right behind that bead. But if I let go of the chenille right now, it's all going to unwind. So I have to secure that in there. So I take my thread and I go behind it thread is right in here. My chenille's over here. And then I'm going to come in front of the chenille, do that a couple times. And now I can let go and it won't unwind. Now, this is my favorite part because I love what the feathers do. Wrap the feather around, and I'm going to try to get that feather right in those same grooves of chenille, right where they wrapped. And you can see as I do that, it's hard on these webcams to zoom in and out. But as I wrap it, those feathers, quills, just jump right up like magic. It's my favorite part of the woolly bugger. So now I'm up again behind the bead head here, and I have to secure it again, or what? It's all going to unravel. So I go behind a couple times. That is going to secure it. So now I'll get the chenille out of the way. Tip of the scissors, right in close. You don't want to cut your bobbin thread. Then they're done that. As fly tyers have. Off the end of that hackle feather. Drop that in my box. So there's a really skinny woolly bugger. Could have made more. Could have made it fatter. Could have made it skinnier. That's the fun of fly tying. You can make it however you want. But now if I cut this thread that's on my bobbin, everything is going to just fall apart. So we have to tie a knot. And we talked about the whip finisher. Let me find that again. Little review. This is our whip finisher. That's a whole nother class, I think, because I practiced for, an hour before I got it down. It's a little technique, takes a little technique to get that down. So in the meantime, until you learn that, the easy way to tie a knot, a half hitch, is to take your finger or one of our tools, like even, I lied. I said we're never going to use the threader again. But the fat end of the threader, the handle, has a hole in it. Most of them. See that? So you can use this tool to tie your half hitch at the end. So I put the tool against the string and I twist it. So my thread is now twisted around one whole loop of this barrel. And I take that hole that's in the end of that tool and I'll put it right up against the eye of that hook. And I'll slide that loop of thread right over. Tighten it up. When I tie half hitches like this, I think it holds my fly securely. You don't want to use the tool. Sometimes just use my finger. So it's the same way. I'll have a loop of thread around my finger. And I slide that thread right in front of the bead head, but right behind the eye. And when that's secure, then you can cut your thread way up in there with the tip of that scissors. And that would be your first fly that you have tied. Yay! So we're going to watch a little video. Yeah, thanks. Not the best tie I've ever tied, but practice makes perfect, right? So we're going to go watch Paul do this up close. It takes about 7 minutes, 7-minute video. He's tying a white woolly bugger, but he does a nice job of walking us through that. So I'll be back at the end of that video.
Hey everyone, Paul Johnson from Waconia, Minnesota, and part of the Laughing Trout Fly Tying Club. Today I'm going to be tying the woolly bugger. A woolly bugger, in my opinion, is the most versatile fly that you can tie. It'll catch everything from trout to panfish, bass, walleyes, northerns, and even some saltwater fish. You can vary the colors. Here I'm tying a white one. It's going to kind of mimic a minnow. You can tie them black for leeches. You can tie them kind of a rusty green, or that color maybe it becomes a crayfish. So black, maybe a stonefly as well, brown. So there's just all kinds of variations to it. This is my primary one that I'm going to use for panfish, so sunfish and crappies like this color combination. So the tail is marabou, which is a turkey feather. The body is white yarn, or we call it chenille, and then it's got a wrapping of hackle, which is from a rooster chicken. So I'll show you how to tie this fly. Now I have a bead head. I always have a little bead head on there, just a brass bead, so it'll sink the fly a little bit, but it's not real heavy. I'm tying this on a size 10 hook, which is kind of a good size for the sunfish. If you want to, you can tie them bigger, you can tie them smaller, and as I mentioned, all kinds of different colors. First thing we're going to do is get our tying thread started, and so to do that, I do what's called a jam knot. So I take my tying thread, put it up over the hook, and then I just start wrapping around and catching that tag end. And by doing that several times, I've tied my tying thread in, so that's tight. And now I can come in and just cut off that excess thread. Now I'm going to take my thread all the ways to the back of the hook. When we get to the hook point, you have to maneuver your tying thread around that hook point. If you catch that hook point, chances are you're going to break your tying thread. So every time you come around, you just got to maneuver around that hook point. And so I get a nice thread base on there. So now I've got this marabou feather. So I've mentioned it's just a turkey feather. It's a single feather. And I want this to be about a hook shank in length. So I'm just going to measure it off and then transfer that back. And the problem with tying, if you will, is that when we take our thread and wrap it around the hook, it wants to pull all the materials with those tight thread wraps. So I'm going to actually have it started up on my side of the hook and then let that thread tension kind of pull it around. And I'm also holding it tight with my left hand, the tail, and that holds that in place. Now I can come forward, start wrapping my tying thread up towards the front of the hook, tying in that marabou. A little unruly at this point, and just take your time and don't get too fast and start cutting or tying things down that you don't want to. So now I can just come in here with the tip of my scissors and cut off any of that excess marabou. All right, so I'll clean this up with my tying thread, smooth it all out. What I'm trying to avoid is having lumps and bumps at this point. I want to have a smooth thread base. Okay, so I'm going to stop with my tying thread right where I tied in that tail. So now I've got a feather, and I mentioned this is a rooster feather from a chicken. And the rooster feathers, the barbs on their feathers are kind of stiff. And so when we wrap that around the hook, those are going to stand straight up. There's also a front and a back side to the feather. It's kind of concave, if you will, or curved just a little bit. So we want, and also a little dull on the back side and shiny on the front side. So we want the shiny side facing forward. So I'm just going to tie that in, again, right behind, or right where I tied in that tail. Just get that tied in nice and tight there. Now I've got a piece of chenille, which is this yarn. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and pick some of the fuzzies off, just on the end there. And it'll get down to the bare stem. And that's where I'm going to tie that in, is on that bare stem. Okay, I'm still making sure I don't catch that hook point when I wrap my tying thread around there. Now I'm going to take and just wind my tying thread up right behind the bead, and then I'll just let that hang there. So we're going to start with the chenille, and I'm just going to wrap that chenille forward. And what we're going to do is we call it touching turns, or just one wrap right in front of the other. We don't want to overlap it. We want to keep it smooth. And then when I get up to the bead, wrap around the bead. So now I've got the chenille in my left hand, and I'm going to take my tying thread, I'm going to make a wrap in front of it, and I'll hold it, and I'll make a wrap behind. So in front of the chenille, and in back of the chenille. And what that does, that ties that in tight. Now I can come in with the tip of my scissors and cut off that excess chenille. Okay, now we're going to wrap this feather forward. I'm just going to take it and get it coming around the hook. Giving me a little bit of problems here, so just take your time. It's twisting on me. There we go. All right. I'm going to have a hackle pliers. It's just to hold that feather. You can just wrap it by hand. But so now we're just going to wrap that hackle forward, or that feather forward, and just even space wraps. And we'll make 2 more wraps here, 1 there, and then I'll come in right behind the bead for the final wrap. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring my tying thread behind it, and then in front, behind, and in front, and then that ties that feather in tight. I come in with my hook point, scissors, and cut that off. So now all the thing we have left to do here is to tie that final knot. Lots of different ways to do that. I'm going to use a whip finish tool. You can do some half hitches, whatever works best for you. So we'll just do a 4-turn whip finish here. And that'll tie a knot in our tying thread and secure everything in place. So there it is, the finished woolly bugger. Just a great fly to always have with you. Always seems to catch fish. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Paul sure ties some pretty flies, doesn't he?
He sure does. And to see a fly box that he has tied is really a work of art. So I have a fly box, totally not a work of art, but just so people can see maybe all the different types of flies that you are available. And this is just very few of them. These are smaller ones. You might use them for trout. You could use them for sunnies, panfish, crappies. These are some of the bigger ones. You can see a big bugger in there, right there. So if you change one thing on a woolly bugger, like what Paul tied, where he used marabou on the end, if you were to tie a piece of colored yarn on the end, then you'd call it a woolly worm. So just slight changes that people make to a fly makes a new fly. You get to name it. People are making new flies, new patterns all the time. So you can be traditional and find it's called a recipe of a fly pattern, and it tells you exactly what materials you need to tie it, and they're listed in order, just like on a recipe for baking cookies. Change the pattern too. You can tie whatever you want. Who knows what fish like? We don't. We'd catch them already.
We should talk a little bit about, I know there's a couple questions about thread in there, and we by no means went over all the tools you can buy for fly tying. You could, fill up your whole office and half of my house with it. And I mean, just hooks alone could cover a 45-minute presentation probably, but different thread sizes. I know they come in different, tensile strengths, like, 1/0, 2/0 thread. What are you looking for? You don't want to just go to Jo-Ann Fabrics and grab a thread that looks pretty and use it, correct?
Right. No, fly tying thread is different. A lot of it is coated. If you just went to Jo-Ann Fabric, and it's not even called Jo-Ann Fabrics anymore, right? If you went to a sewing store, a lot of times that's cotton thread and it's going to absorb water. And if you want to tie a woolly bugger that is supposed to sink and be down in the water, then that's okay. But sometimes we tie a fly. It's so small I can't find it on my desk right now, but they're called dry flies, and you want them to actually float on top of the water. And we use the dry fly, or even smaller than this. But you want it to float, so you don't want your thread to get wet because it'll pull your fly down. So go to a fly shop, and then there are different thicknesses of fly tying thread. And is it backwards? Might be backwards, but it says 6/0. This depends on how big a fly you're going to tie, and the size of the fly depends on really the fish you're going to go after. So it's all related. If you're going to tie a little tiny midge, do I have an example? I think I do. If you want to tie a little, am I going to hold that? Where's my bead tweezers? That anything that the camera can't even focus on is like a size 22 hook. It's pretty close to the size of an actual bug you'll see in the water. I don't enjoy tying them this small, but some people do. That's all they tie. But you're not going to want to use thread as thick as you would use when you tied this. So there's different thicknesses of thread. And somebody, if you go to a fly shop, it's a great place to learn stuff at a fly shop. They have all the materials, all the tools, all the knowledge. They're happy to help people at fly shops. We have 3 in the Twin Cities, around the area anyway. And then there's one up in, help me out.
There's Duluth Superior Anglers.
The Fly Angler in Blaine is another shop. So lots of thread, lots of different colors. I mean, chartreuse, black, olive, red, hot pink. You can buy those marabou feathers in hot pink. You can buy them in yellow. You can buy them in chartreuse. You buy them in a pack. What they do is take them off the turkey, and then they dye them because they're usually white when they're coming off the turkey. But then they'll sew them together. And then when you need one, you just pull one out of that thread. I would never use this one, but that's one pulled out. I wouldn't use that on your, well, you could use it on a bugger, right? I don't know. It looks like a fish chewed on it already. But again, what do we know what fish like, right? We just keep trying new stuff.
Pre-chewed bugs are always good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had myself on mute when you were showing that small 22 fly there, but I did put in the chat for anybody that's interested a link to Paul Johnson's YouTube channel. He's the one that just did the video for us there. I think he's president, right, of the Laughing Trout Tying Club. He's a member at least.
There is a president, yeah.
And
they're really great. They have fly tying vices if you want to come and learn. So you see this, maybe you have your own vice, but you're still like, whoa, I need, somebody to sit right next to me. There are people in the club, if we know a new person is coming, that will say, oh, I'll take them tonight, or we have 5 coming, I need 5 volunteers. And so then you have somebody sit right next to you and walk you through all this. In the meantime, Paul is tying with his camera, just like you showed that video, and it's up on a big screen, so you can follow right along Paul tying. So it's a really great place to learn. And lots of people I know have learned to tie flies with Laughing Trout. So it's out in Wayzata at the American
VFW, American Legion, yeah.
So
Nick Jewett does it in St. Paul, and St. Paul Fly Tyers. There's a group there. And like I said, I linked to his YouTube channel, but Nicholas recommended Kelly Gallup's Slide In YouTube channel and does some really good, somebody called it the University of YouTube here a week or 2 ago, and you can learn just about anything on YouTube now. So I'm sure there's several people that do that, but there's some
Mend
great.
Provisions offers classes. Mend is kind of the newest fly shop, I think, in town, but and Orvis, we have Orvis store now. They have some fly tying classes, so they're all over. Whenever we get to do them with the DNR again, we'll have in-person fly tying classes at Afton and for the bow workshop and wherever we can. So they're fun. One thing that I found when I first started tying, which wasn't all that long ago, I don't think, but time flies, was the whole hook size thing. Like, what's a 14 hook? What's a 10 hook? So the smaller the number, so a number 2 hook is actually bigger than a 22. I always think of it as a fraction. So 1/22 is far smaller than 1/2. But then you get to the other side of the scale and you can actually have, Benji mentioned it before, a 1/0 or a 2/0. I believe that shotgun shells are the same, but they're bigger. They're no longer that fraction. So then they just go 1, 2, 3, 4. But below 0, then you're talking about fractions. So the higher the number, the smaller the hook. and the smaller the thread. So if you have 6/0 thread and 8/0 thread, the 8/0 thread will be thinner than the 6/0 thread. And there's beads to match, like I showed you that little bead on the hook. There's different bead sizes to match the hook size.
And you're really, when you're picking the hook out too, you're trying to get a hook size that's going to match what you're tying. So you're going to try to use a small, like 18 or 20 size hook for a little scud or something like that versus a woolly bugger where you're going to use a bigger hook. So
yeah, I can't imagine tying. This is supposed to be this little guy. I don't know if I can get back in the tweezers. Scuds are just small. This is just supposed to imitate one of those little things you might find under a rock when you turn it over in a stream. And I can't even imagine tying one bigger than a 14. 14's kind of common size for me. 12, 14. Just that'd be a scary scud size. So yeah, hook sizes. We try to match nature as best we can when we're tying flies. So.
I know Scott asked about adjusting the tension on the bobbin holder. And I've had that happen before where it's too tight or it's too loose.
So it depends on your bobbin. I have a couple different ones here. I will take this black thread out. In your basic kits, if you get that $25 kit, you kind of get what you pay for. So these can break a lot easier than if you spent 10 or 12 or more dollars on a bobbin. And a more expensive bobbin is easier to adjust. You can bend these arms right here gently. I'll try to hold it. How can we see that? So this bend, I might try to exaggerate, right? So I'm going to turn it and put my thumbs in that bend, and then gently try to open that a little bit more, and then on the other side too. Not a lot. It's not a lot. You don't need to adjust it a lot, but now it is slightly wider, and that thread might fit in there a little bit better. If you can pull thread and have that unwind, I don't know if you can see that, maybe it's orange. So I'm not pulling very hard right now, and that's a good tension. You don't want it so loose that when you have it threaded and you let your thread hang from your hook, it shouldn't just unwind either. So there's a balance between this is too tight, your thread will break as you pull some out, or unspin all on its own. So find that happy tension, but adjusting those arms on these kind helps a lot. This is a bobbin too. It's just a little bit longer, has a longer throat, has longer arms. So maybe you can give a little bit more of a bend in there in the same spot. Just a little tweak, and then try it. Put your spool of thread in there and try it, and you can always come back and adjust it more. That's how I do it. That's how I've seen other people do it too. This is not a real solid weld right here where they're welded together. A more expensive bobbin will have a ceramic inside. Some of them are just metal. There can be a sharp edge in there. So if you're constantly breaking your thread while you're wrapping it around the hook and it breaks off, which will happen, it could be that there's just a slight little nick in the throat of that, and that will cut your thread. And the ceramic lined ones are going to be more expensive, but that prevents that from happening more because the ceramic surface is smoother. That's a good question. Whoever asked that.
Jeff had another question about head cement. He's seen people when they tie a fly, and then instead of doing Paul made that whip finish look so easy on there, or a half hitch, use an adhesive to nail down the knot. You ever use that?
I do. If I have a lot of material, and I'm just not confident that I caught it all in my half hitches or my whip finish, I'll use head cement. Or if I know I'm going to be in rocky areas, I'll use head cement. It's like super glue. It's like insurance that your fly is not going to unwind on. In fact, the fly I just tied while we were watching the video, I was just playing with it in my hands, and just so you know, not everything always works out. So I didn't tie it very tight, and It looks like an inchworm. So it's chenille. I didn't tie the chenille in real great. So it happens, you know. Not to Paul. Paul ties every day. Every morning he ties flies. So practice makes perfect. I haven't gotten to do it for a while, but it's still fun because you can make up your own patterns. You can use whatever you want. You can make a, you know, depending on where you are, right? You can make a Packer woolly bugger, or you can make a Vikings woolly bugger. We were talking before, you know, why do some fish go after purple? There's not, purple and pink are not found in nature, right? But one of my favorite flies is called a pink squirrel, and I catch fish all the time on it. But what's pink in nature? I don't know, but fish do it. So what do we know?
And like you said, they might see color different than we think they do too. So that pink could look really yummy to them, I guess. So.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if fish see UV. I know some animals do, birds do. So plus the light going through the water column changes. So yeah, maybe it looks black to them. I don't know.
I know somebody asked about where the recording for this would be afterwards, so I put a link there to just our main DNR page. If you go to the main DNR page and look up outdoor skills, it'll come to our page, and the recording should be up there by Monday. We'll have that done. So, and Tina, before, I know we just got about 6-7 minutes left here, but Tina was wondering if there's any books you'd recommend for
Oh boy,
tying for bug recipes or patterns.
I love books. And all of my fly tying books are not in this office, or I would love to show them to you. But there are some really great fly tying books. I have one book at home that it's like, I don't know what it's called, tie flying with 3 fly tying. That's fly tying with 3 or 4 materials, and you can have all these different flies with just those 4 materials. But there's great beginner ones out there and videos to go along with it. But to your point, Benji, about YouTube, there's really great videos too. And why not watch someone do it? I mean, you can go page by page. I've seen them at public libraries too, some fly tying books. So check that out. That's for free.
I think we might have a couple on the DNR website. If you look up the Minocqua stuff, there was a woolly bugger like recipe on there, correct?
Yeah, it's a really nice handout. You can print that out. And there's also a recipe called or a fly called a gold-ribbed hare's ear, and the pattern for that, and a nice printout is also on the DNR website. You'll find those 2 together. Kind of buried in, go to fisheries and then fishing, and then look up fly fishing. And I think it's in there. There's so much stuff on our website that sometimes lose track of how to get there. Those are really good step-by-step photos. And the hand model, by the way, is Paul Johnson on those handouts. There's lots of good information on our website. Beginning, if you want to get into fly fishing, some beginning tips. There's a handout about that. Places to go. Avenza Maps. We use it in state parks, but Avenza Maps also has all of the trout streams on it. It's a free download, free app, and you know where you are on the stream because you're a blue dot on the stream, which is important so you don't trespass, because not everybody allows easements for fly anglers to get across their land if you're going fishing on a stream. So with Avenza Maps, you know exactly where you are.
Yeah.
It's super cool. Yeah.
The Stream Finder app is really great on the website too, along with Lake Finder. We're that time of year where the lakes are heating up for the lake trout and other species too. Where even if we always think of trout when we talk about fly tying, but there's not necessarily have to do trout. You can tie flies for anything. And Wes was wondering about tying. I lost his question here now. Something about tying a treble hook streamer for river fishing.
Well, let me show you this. Yeah, you can fish like you can fish for any species. This another friend of mine, Scott Nordby, ties these frogs. He likes to go bass fishing, so ties these frogs. You tie flies for muskies, you end up. I mean, they're a foot or more long. And actually, if you need incentive to go to a fly shop, Bob Mitchell Robert Hawkins is the owner at Bob Mitchell's, and he, I think, still has the record for the muskie on a fly rod, the largest muskie on a fly rod. So you go talk to him about that. What patterns to tie to catch a muskie? But bass, go for woolly buggers. You can have you can tie flies that go on the surface like this frog if you want to have the largemouth bass come up and nail it. It's endless. It's fun. It's going to become, you're going to have a room for fly tying stuff. You have bins of material. You're going to have, I didn't even show you all the materials, right? So
I remember, I don't remember if you came, if you came down to that fly fishing camp, Lyndon, we had a guy, we called him Big Paul, is a vet that we worked with through through Project Healing Waters, but he came down, rode with a friend of ours down there, and he had 4 big, huge plastic totes that he brought with just for the fly tying part. I think he fished for a grand total of about half hour, 45 minutes, but he tied flies for 3 days straight. And he had foam cutters and every kind of material and hook and everything you can imagine there. That was his,
yeah,
he loved tying flies.
it's endless. Yeah, foam, fur, feathers, string, yarn, wire.
We're down to our last about minute here. So,
Cool.
Linda Bylander, did you have any announcements for bow programs?
Yeah.
For fly tying stuff?
Yeah, I want to first of all thank Linda Rademacher. And if you ever have a chance to go to Afton State Park and take a naturalist program from Linda, she's excellent. She does fly tying and fly fishing for the women's program, but she also does it for her state park. She's an excellent resource at Afton State Park, and I'm sure she'll take your phone calls too. She can be found there. Next week we have Learn to Hunt. As an adult. So if you wanted to learn to hunt as an adult, join us next Wednesday. And I believe Jane Burnham will be our presenter for that. So tune in again at noon next Wednesday. Other than that, thank you very much for joining us. This will be recorded and placed on our website in about a week. And thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks everybody. We'll see you next week.